To part 2, and yes, as I said, right, this device which I'm going to show you now, which I just won, which I'll get to in a minute, I don't know what I'm doing at the moment, is this thing, right? To control it, you have to constantly press a button to, I think it's A, I'm not too sure, to fly this thing. Like, it's not you hold the button and you go up and down, no, you've got to actually press it. Repeatedly, and then you shoot, and when you shoot this happens. So I remember years ago I used a turbo controller for this bit. I actually went out and bought a turbo controller because I got so annoyed with that blasted device, and as you can see, the music of that thing, it was just goofy and it matched what it was. Catastrophe of a device. This stick I never bother getting because I'll show you in a later part, possibly if I get it, I'm not promising, but all I seem to do with that stick is float in the air and do nothing else. Anyway, another thing with the power wrist, which it shoots these waves, is it's long distance, and like I said, not many enemies, no enemies fire projectiles except this octopus, but it's so far away that you've got no danger. All you've got to do is you've got to shoot his arms until they disappear, then you've got to fly when he's not firing a projectile, or you just go up here and then just go swim straight over him, not fly. Sorry, yes, I know you can't fly underwater unless you're a flying fish, but you know, we're not a flying fish, we are a kid with monkey ears. Well, he's called a kid, but I swear he's a monkey or ape of some kind. Another thing is he's actually a prince, which would explain his outfit, but I really don't see the connection at all. Anyway, I want to win this, I don't know why, but I just win it. The best way to do the rock, paper, scissors challenges is to rapidly press up or down and then just press a button to end it, and half the time you'll win. But sometimes it doesn't work, but I find I was more lucky doing it that way, so that's just a bit of advice if you want to actually cheese getting items. I also love the cheerleaders. You got like a monkey with pom-poms, and then you got an evil bear. Well, actually doesn't even look that evil. He's just got an eye patch, which I guess is meant to signify that he's evil. But you never know, he might have just been punched in the eye or something to actually be the bad guy's assistant, even though he's not really a bad guy, but he is, because he cheats and he wants to play a stupid game to get his items instead of just be like a fair trade person and actually just take the money and give the item. No, he'd rather piss about and play rock, paper, scissors with us, which is apparently definitely a thing in this world. Anyway, we're coming to the end of this one, and that is it. Scorpion Desert. We are going to come to the first problem. Well, it's not a problem, it's more the guardian of this area, and you're going to see why this part annoys me, whereas actually quite a bit annoys me, but I digress. The enemies in here are scorpions, mummies and all sorts like that. Pretty easy to kill. Like I said, not many enemies have any real difficulty. At the moment I'm trying to get some chests at the moment which have more money in them, but other than that, nothing really interesting in this area. You have to maneuver on the platforms in this level, but I wouldn't advise it, because if you fall, there's a 90% chance you're going to fall onto an enemy. At least that's what happens with me. It's usually those scorpions which are the prime enemy. You've got these bugs which will only come out if you jump over them, so they're pretty easy to avoid. They can give you some extra money, but other than that, no real significance at all. So just getting through this level at the moment. trying to think of any trivia or anything on Alex Kidd. Still need to find out about the continues. 1 second and I'll find out about that. No, don't worry about it. I'll do it in another video. But yep, so punching things actually destroys them, so this kid must have some magical strength or something. Because obviously if you punch a wall, your hand is probably going to break. Or if you want to go for a cartoon effect, your hand's just going to pulsate. Which would actually be quite funny. I do like how the theme is based on Egypt as well. You got all the monuments, you got pyramids, and you got all sorts of sand dunes and other landscapes which represent Egypt, which is kind of funny, which is on a planet which wages war by playing rock, paper, scissors. In fact, I think one of the gods or the guardians, yes, I remember now. One of the guardians has 6 arms. So, you know what, he could put each symbol on each hand and just go, oh, it was this hand I was using, oh, I swear. And that's how he'd win all the time. So it wouldn't surprise me if that is how he ended up being the god. These platforms won't break or anything unless you actually punch or kick them. Other than that, no real significance. If you fall down, like I'm trying not to do right here, you are probably, like I said, you're going to fall onto an enemy. So I just wouldn't advise jumping off when you're at a high level and you can't see what's underneath you. Right, so I got a description of what this game is, and there we go. Bash, Biff, Pow. Alex Kidd is punching, kicking, and leaping through Paper Rock Planet. So it's not Miracle Planet. It's actually called Paper Rock Planet. You know, because Scissors was too mainstream. Trying to save his dad. He's having a tough time with scorpions, pufferfish, monkeys, mummies blocking his way. 2 of which are in this level right here, which we have just finished. So we're in the pyramids now. Where did I get to? Thud, splat, boom. I don't know where splat comes from, but okay. Alex knocks down a rock pile and grabs the gold. Every time he gets gold, he's got a better chance to win. Actually, that's not true. You just have more chances to win. Then he bounces high in the sky and dives deep under the ocean to snare more. Paper, scissors, rock. Alex gets dragged into frantic games of junkin. Oh, it is actually called junkin. Okay, fair enough. It just sounds like a strange way for a man to say his name, what his private parts are, but you know. He's got to make the right sign. Oh yes, well we know how to play rock, paper, bloody scissors. Alex speeds in his pedicopter. Yeah, that thing. That thing, like I said, it's not fast, it's annoying. You need a turbo controller. You're going to watch me struggle like hell in later levels with that thing. Now he can save his dad by tricking a Shra, the ruler of Paper Rock, which is the 6-handed god, which can easily just go, oh, it was this hand, I swear to God it was this hand I was using. Yeah, that's why he's a god, because he's a cheating bitch. We are coming to the first guardian in a minute. I was going to go down this part, but as you can see, there is a mummy there, and you're probably likely going to get killed. So the best path is to go all the way up, kill the scorpion and the mummy. Make sure they don't hit you, obviously, because it will just kill you straight away. Luckily, there isn't any border at the top which stops you jumping, so you can easily just jump outside of the box. There we go. And now we're going to come to the first one. Right, the necklace you picked up is like a mind reader. Equipped it, but also take off the bracelet, because you still might lose even though you can see the opponent's moves, which I think possibly I do in this one, but you watch at how fast they change. Like, you can see what they're doing, but watch how fast they sometimes change their minds. Like, I don't want to lose a life, because, yeah, that's another gimmick with the Guardians. You don't just lose the game and then you just go out with, you know, less money. No, they kill you. Like, I don't know what they do. They put some sort of poison in the weight if you lose, which you'll see later on, because I'm sure I don't lose against her, but I draw a lot, because I'm petrified of losing a life. It will take a bit of time. I don't know how long. But I do love how she's dancing like an Egyptian dancer, I guess. No idea what she looks like under there. Probably some hideous buck tooth thing. But hey, we don't go for looks these days. We go for personality. Yes, there we go. We finally won. Say no to trying again, because I don't think you can see the move next time. Anyway, that's the end of part 2. See you in part 3.